Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of October, 2025. I am your host, The Chosen One, and I'm joined today by Lupac on the play-by-play and, of course, Bogle behind the scenes on the camera. We are currently spectating the 14 UTC time slot here on Albion Asia. We are in a 15-minute delay, so if you guys have reports of live action in the world, the best way to contact us is through Discord. We're currently hanging out with Lucky Ben of All Rise and the No Re-Alliance as they smash down
No hideout
shield.
Alliance, man.
Yeah, who are they hitting here and how many shields we got?
No, this is an under construction. You can
this
tell
is
by
under
the graphics on it.
Yep,
Right,
I
this
can
is
see that now.
No longer going to be under construction.
Yeah, this is going to be gone.
I mean,
So
these guys massed
hideout's
46 discs for it, by the way. 46 discs for this. Just a casual 46, you know? Why not?
Well, so we've been seeing some pretty large disarrays across the board on all the servers. It's a mixed bag, really. You know, like it's cool to see everybody out, but it's also it limits the number of guilds you will get content from when you get into groups this size. And we've seen it here, and we've been seeing it quite frequently on Albion Europe lately. Large groups are back in fashion.
Back on the menu. Almost. This is
Well, in order to be on the menu, Lupac,
I mean,
you have to get on the plate, and these guys aren't getting on the plate. You know what I mean? They're just people see them and they run away. There's not a lot of fights when you bring this many people. Is the problem?
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's not very contestable. We do have a legendary castle though in Glacier Full Pass. So that is going to be something to keep an eye on as we progress. But yeah, like you said. There's large fights and then there's whatever this is, right? Like, but you don't want anybody getting a hideout established. So, admittedly, you gotta police this. And these guys taking no chances, by the way. Level 46. Bear in mind, they're only a 778 person alliance, so that is a lot of attendance within that alliance, right? What's 46? Bogle, do you know these things? I don't know these things.
I used to know it. Hold on, I'll have it in a second for you. I think it's like 146. 46, you said?
Level 46, yeah.
Yeah, 154 to 160. I was off.
Oh. Here we go. Okay, we have a lot of pobber on this territory at Driftwood Vale. I mean, if these guys are against each other...
Pure Gold has done some stuff before.
This is going to be a always willing to pay. Bro. This is going to be an absolute monstrous fight
46
if this one
versus
kicks off.
46. Ooh, 160 versus 154. That's pretty nice. This
is going to be an absolute banger. All right, we're locked in now.
I mean, you know, like I was saying, you know, it's harder to find that group that's going to bring that number. But if the other group has that number, you have to bring that number to Lupac. And that's what we have here today. We have the cluster queue active, probably about 20 to 30 people trying to get in at the moment. Not everybody's going to make it.
Yeah, this is... Oh, mate, we're locked in now with some banger action, hopefully. This is going to be a few people waiting outside. Lucky Ben's like... Where's he going? Wait, what?
Yeah, they decided there's too many guys. Disarray too big. They're going to run away now.
They're all allies and they're securing the zone.
Is that what this is?
No, I also don't know, Chosen, so ignore me. There's only
the information I did get about it is dying first push is fill in your own blank.
Okay. So there's no way though at that level of disarray that you're like, oh, we can't fight into a tower.
No, I was joking. I was just joking. No. So like, I don't know exactly what the hand-holding situation is between these two groups. I don't think they're friendly. Though I'm watching this one guy hang out just north of them in what seems like a very nonchalant way. So I'm a little concerned about that.
Okay.
But the way they're hanging out here, there's no objective in the other zone. So I can't think of it as they're working together to secure an objective, right? So I gotta feel like, you know, let me go over to Hugh. Let me see what he's doing.
Be something kicking off, right?
But I think it's I think that they're just trying to work the disarray, like get the right people in.
Okay.
No disarray active in the zone right now, which kind of shits on my theory.
Mate, unless they're waiting on cluster queue or something. They're discussing bomb squads and stuff like that. Okay, it sounds like from their say chat, they had a guy in there, right? They had a scout in there running around marking bomb squads.
All right, they have a whole squad outside the territory hanging out with these guys. No banner has been raised.
Are they attacking this hideout as well or not? It looks like they could be whacking the hideout if they wanted to, but
well, there's no call on the hideout yet. You have to have control of the.
No, they do have. There's no pure gold could be whacking the no re hideout. I mean, but with only 13 minutes and a force active, it is a level 3 hideout, so they probably don't want to try for that. I would say. All right, this I got high hopes for this one, shows, and I think this is about to go down. I'm telling you.
It's got it. I would not. I don't know who puts their hideout though next to a bear spawn. That's just rude.
All right, so they're dismounting. I haven't seen the OC yet, by the way. The OC is usually the indicator that it's happening.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
4-3 mace, defense versus all at max HP. Lucky Ben, by the way, has 4,321 HP. No sandwich. It's okay. They're doing a little lag check inside. I like it. Discipline. And then they're getting into position.
Overcharge going here. Overcharge inside.
Yeah, they haven't OC'd outside. They could just leave now to troll them, right? Just be like,
not everybody has. I've only heard like 5 or 6 of them.
Raid banner's gone down, by the way. So they're not. Let me have a look at these walls a sec. But like, they're probably just gonna hang around at the raid banner until the durability of the walls has gone down a little bit. If they're like serious,
it looks like we got level 7 walls, so they're gonna try to wait until the shield goes down a bit.
Level 8 guards as well, right? So they're. It's not so bad when you have a huge force, but you still can't ignore those guards, right? You do have to deal with them at some point.
Well, you want to take care of them so they don't hit your back line. You can't leave them there. You're not going to just push in and immediately attack the guards. That's not your goal. You're going to try to bomb your opponent. But once you start to stabilize and you're picking out an area where you're going to be, you're going to kill all the surrounding guards. You might even kill the guards in the areas where you plan to back up to. In any place where you see that you can advance to and they're going to be hitting you ahead of time. You want to make sure that they're not hitting your back line, focusing on your healers, making your healers have to heal themselves. If your healers have to heal themselves, they're not healing the front line.
There's a lot of battle mounts kicking in here as well.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Multiple ballistas. The chariot's quite far forward. So yeah, here I'd like to see them. Yeah, they're just gonna clap these guards with a 1 engage. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if these guys have like 2 or 3 fronts on their engages. Lucky Ben and the boys just gonna chill outside again. They don't really want to do too much hammering and put their guys vulnerable while the shield is not down, because it's gonna be a big difference here. I need to go to observe mode so I can move around a bit here. That's a bit easier, right? So they are actually starting some hammering at 76%. Probably trying to bait out some bomb squad action as we see some claps over on the north side of the gate. Nothing happening for either side though. When you get to these sort of numbers as well, you've got a lot of defensive players. And if they're spread correctly, all those extra players on the field don't mean more AoE escalation because they're playing in all sorts of different sectors.
Well, here they are. We are seeing these guys move out a little bit. I got Hugh heading outside, going to go look around the backside. It's going to try to attack with a flanking squad from the south. Let's see how deep he goes on this, because this is a pretty far flank.
You don't want to get caught outside. I think they're just going to go for a shallow bomb on those ice blocks and then probably get back, because
he's all the way from around the backside on this, and he's coming right through the center.
Oh, they didn't get the pick off on the counter bombers. They got to be careful they don't stay too long in this choke, because one of the pure gold guys gets kidnapped and goes down. The golem goes in. Oh, there's a huge
force behind. That's what I was saying, Lupac. They've been flanked from behind.
I thought you meant the guys from the south of the tower.
No.
Moly.
Huge force from behind, hitting the backside of Nori. Griffin Empire comes in with massive force, hits their back line, hits their mid line, but it's death on both sides. The turn is brutal, and I'm seeing, oh gosh, it's a 2-to-1 or more in favor of Nori, and this could end this battle if they continue this push.
That was really good.
We've got well over 60 deaths on the field here, Lupac, and 50 of them.
Yeah. Everyone is re-gearing in this zone, though. Everyone can re-gear in this zone.
Yeah, but with cluster Q, Lupac, you can't re-gear into the zone.
Well, but they'll be back in the fight, though. Like, first they'll get their queued reinforcements, and then they'll get their re-geared reinforcements eventually, right? What I'm saying is I don't think anyone's going to run out of players soon. Although Pobri may think about, do we want to go again?
Oh, and they just slapped these guys again at the front gate, the regrouping group. Oh, everybody who's trying to get in from pure gold getting absolutely purely handled here, Lupac. I don't know why we still see a brawl at the gate. It's starting to turn a little bit. I'm really surprised to see this group at the gate of pure gold still brawling it out. 4 go down here unexpectedly for Nori. And here comes another wave of Nori, and they should handle everything at the gate.
Well, that's good defensives. They got a lot of guys out of there quite handily, but this last little pull, oh wow, some good return damage. Doesn't quite manage to convert into many kills, though.
They got 5 out of that push. They did okay. And then there's another 10 down to the south.
There's the one-way traffic once again. So when that back cap was coming in, there was also a flank around the side of the tower, which was drawing their attention. That's why, like, it was quite confusing when that big flank hit them. But credit to Nori, they just stood their ground and absolutely meat grinded that. Now, they haven't made any progress in yet, though.
Flanks, huh?
They still haven't got a gate down yet, but they're 45 minutes on the clock.
Still 60% here on this bonus shield, a ways to go. Rare that we get like a gate or walls down before the shield breaks. It does happen occasionally, but very rarely. Another bomb going over the wall and another 3 members going down for the guys inside for Pobre and Griffin Empire.
Pobber. It was a kill up over the wall attempt. Nothing. Lucky Ben's sitting there with, like, not only has he got ice block and stuff, he's got about 10,000 HP. It's like, all right, probably not going down to a random bomb clap. Pops his Gigantify is going to have so much health. Hey, 11 million in gear and still uses flat Gigantifies, though. Must be an arena player. Like, I feel like once you breach 10 million gear cost, you should probably be looking at the 7-1 or 7-2 Gigantifies. Every little helps, right?
Yeah, you know, why skimp out on the pot when you're running 8 cores, right?
It's just a bit crazy. Imagine losing you at that set because you didn't have that little bit of extra health because you were being cheap.
Get killed by an auto attack by a healer.
Oh, man, yeah. Imagine it's like a real painful, slow death that you would have survived. All right, disarrays. Still absolutely pumped right now, Chosen. Clap over the wall. Nice. Wow.
Another hit. Yep.
I saw a camland, Chosen. I don't see many of the camlands out of the field nowadays. Counter clap attempt, but
we've seen it.
700 ice blocks, 300 demon armors and wind walls. Good use of the guard runes from both sides to protect as well.
We keep seeing the Morning Star. That's the one that keeps showing up that I'm like, what?
That's the one I forget exists.
Yeah,
like,
it's so rare.
No disrespect to my Morning Star enjoyers, but I often forget that one even exists.
When Robin said he saw a Morning Star on the field, I thought he meant Camland.
Or like when you get a piece of A3 loot in a chest and then realize it's a Morning Star. And you're like, fuck me, I'm never going to sell that. I ain't never selling that. Black market it is.
Yeah,
I like this.
You're selling it to the black market.
Some south side positioning now from Nori. They're starting to get the spread 50% on that defensive. I think about half past, I'll start keeping one eye on that castle as well, because I imagine a legendary castle at prime time is going to be very tempting.
It's hit or miss here on Albion Asia, to be quite honest, and they're going to lose their caller inside as Hukwok has been killed.
I mean, these guys that we're watching now, by the way, these guys that we're watching now are like 6 zones away from the legendary castle. So I imagine if they're like, you know, if they're not still fighting, they might go off and do it. They're giving each other coaching in Sage Chat about how to use the battle mounts. I like it. A little bit of, what's it, backhanded toxicity or something.
Enemy main caller dead. Love it. Like, love the call out and the push.
Oh my God. Oh,
love the call out and the push.
Lord almighty. Please rate this stream 18 plus. I don't know what we've seen, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal in a few countries there. Oh my days. That was the one.
Already there.
Gate goes down as the caller dies, and you're like, yeah, full send it. And you see the difference. Pobri did nothing other than die. They just died like lemmings and didn't throw anything back because they didn't have someone to tell them what to do. Yeah.
Don't know what to do. You need somebody to at least coordinate you and throw in the same direction.
Unless somebody tells us what direction to press those buttons in, those buttons are not getting pressed. All right, they're kind of... Okay, they're actually coming back out after that massacre. The combat looters are going in to grab something. There is so much crap on the floor, Shozen. Holy moly. Everyone's trying to get a bit of loot. These guys actually outside looting need to be careful because they might... Oh, nice. I like to see the harpoon kidnaps. This is good stuff. Love a good harpoon kidnap. Not too much going on there, though. Okay, they're coming back in. They're going back out to open a bit more width on the walls so that they're not going to be... If they do end up pulling out of the territory, they don't want to be funneled through a tiny little choke. So this is normal. Take a few walls. Grab a couple of kills with a quick clap inside as well. But they also still have 23% on the resistance. So I imagine they'll slow it down. This is a decently leveled tower. So they're going to probably take out the Siphoning Mage, take out the guards, pick off a few people outside. The loot rats have arrived. Man, the loot rats are 1500 IP on Asia. They take that seriously. So they're actually worth clapping on Asia. Because they're literally 1500 IP rats, Shozen. Crazy.
1500 IP. That's impressive there, Lupac, for rats.
6353 rats.
Yeah, I'm like, that's pretty good ratting right there, Lupac. That's no joke.
Usually they're like 1100 IP, great nature on an ox.
I'm like, these guys are trying to get that last kill in. You know, I mean, at some point, your rats go from being your old school rat, to almost being like a, I don't want like an execution squad, right? Like their job is to find groups that they can kill and get the actual last hit on, get enough damage on so they get the kill. And they aren't really just there looking for everybody else's scraps. They're trying to make their own thing happen on the edge of somebody else's fight. And it's still, shady and it's crappy, but it's much different than what we've seen in the past and probably much more frustrating. It's one thing to lose your gear. It's another thing to lose your life.
Yeah, I got picked off by a rat at the edge of a ZVZ a while back, and it was so annoying. Yeah, these guys are actually fully engaging rats, by the way.
Yeah, you have to now. You have to delete them.
Yeah, love it. And then the rats get so annoyed when you do that. The rats get so annoyed when you fully engage them. They're like, why don't you just let me stay here and loot, bro? How dare you? How very dare you?
Don't you understand that it's a viable gameplay type and you're just hating on it?
Bro, it's not.
Don't be a hater.
It's not a phase, Chosen. This is who I am. This is who I am. I'm a rat now. Can't you just accept me? No. All right, shields are down. Big whacking can commence. Pobri are leaving, bro. Pobri have called it, I think. Unless we're seeing another crazy flank, I think they're calling it, bro. I hope not. I really hope they're not calling it so easy here.
Let me see what's going on with Hugh. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't seen a deeper push by... Yeah, they're done. They're gone. He was out.
Just bye. Man. Any trash talk? No,
they're past the time on the territory. I mean, on the hideout.
Yeah, so they can't siege the hideout, but once they hold this, they can siege it tomorrow. So I feel like Pobri, like, why you shouldn't give this
they're not
that
taking
easy.
the territory. They're not taking the territory. It's only a raid.
It's only a raid, so tomorrow would be a defense with buffed up stuff. Okay, that makes more sense. This territory has 4,000 raw energy stored as well, so there might be
they're going to lose quite a bit of... Yeah, that's
little yoink of that.
Stolen. I'm surprised that they're leaving on that. But they are running to their next zone. We have another raid over here in the next zone on Hugh Quok. The Joker... there's somebody over here. I don't know who it's going to be. We've got somebody over here. Lots of groups. Lots of rats already, so...
Shout out to the people who were in the ZVZ while watching. That's hilarious. I should probably tell them all there's a legendary castle in case they haven't spotted it, right? Is that allowed? So boys, don't forget. Don't forget the big castle. I see if there's any other juices. There's actually quite a few blues as well. So I'd say that we're definitely going to get some fight shows for sure.
Well, we have one brewing or in the process right now of starting up here. Back on Hugh Quok of Griffin Empire, who we just watched in the other zone. There is a Raiden Avalanche Ravine. I'm trying to get an understanding of what's going on here. I typed in Hugh's name in chat for you. It's not the easiest one to spell. And it's Joker inside. Joker does not have the same numbers, I don't believe. They have a 33. Reasonable, pretty good, not a 45.
Okay.
That's 86 versus 160. Unless Hugh is here to defend. He doesn't seem to be making a push inside at the moment. He has just been clearing outside. I'm going to go see who's this banner. Lag, Marhalika. I see no Marhalika on zone. When they came in, they just absolutely rolled Lag very, very quickly. So that's probably what this was, is they're taking out Lag so that their allies are free inside. They just did not have the numbers inside.
I mean, this is a lot of Pobri guys that would probably been useful in that other fight as well, but I guess
the numbers were pretty equal in that other fight. To be honest, it wasn't like this is Joker. So Joker's inside.
You don't want even numbers, bro. You don't want even numbers if you can avoid it. You're just like, no, bring everyone.
So it's another alliance coming into a full cluster queue where both sides have equal numbers. That just makes your job harder. Like. You end up having to play the cluster queue game as well. And if you don't have to do that, and you only got like 10 people in the cluster queue each, it's not a big deal. And you can actually take the even fight. It's so hard to get a fight that size that a lot of people are going to go out of their way to make it a little easier.
No, I feel like when you have a second alliance, when you have a second alliance like that, I feel like you just like don't actually cluster queue. You just keep skipping across and looking for where the enemy's queuing from and trying to clap them or chase them off. Like, just like if you could just fuck with their reinforcements. But yeah, these guys just chilling right now. The raid banner just
I believe they're reinforcing again from zone, so it's
oh yeah, of course they were coming from the hideout. You're right.
So we had about 100 or 320 people from the two different guilds. Each zone can hold roughly 350. There were other people in zone between rats and other things. Those people are generally going to get kicked out earlier than the two main groups. So the main groups are coming from inside of the zone, so they have to hop out. But it makes it very hard for a cluster queue group to jump across and find out which one of the 4 zones they're going to be coming in from. Yeah. And because it's only 10 guys too, you're then dictating a lot of people to that. And if you only have, like, if you end up bringing those guys in, there's no guarantee that you're going to either get your fight because, again, it's, strange objectives. I don't know. I think they wanted their fight. I think that a lot of people are really trying to get content right now after 5 seasons of stifled content here on Albion Asia.
Yeah,
At least that's what I hope.
I like that the start of the fight as well. Shozen's first thing was, I need to quickly check the hand-holding status here. Like the fact that that's like the default activity when looking at the fights is crazy, right? Skylake Hinterlands, by the way, has a purple castle. So we got multiple juicy castles. I think there might be 2 purples and a gold. I wish we had like a tool on our end to just be like, hey, show me all the gold castles.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, you know, one day when we're back in Berlin, we can say thank you guys so much for taking care of you know, a lot of the things that we asked for
last year.
The one thing we still really want is some kind of heat map. It doesn't need to be instant, but something that lets us know what's going on where on some sort of readable function would be great, because we can tell where the people are in the zones, right? We can tell what zones have players.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of raids, by the way, in the east. A lot of stuff got raided there. And some attacks launched for tomorrow. So we should have some content tomorrow to watch over in the east, in the wet grave areas, and the newer ones, Swift Sands areas. We're going to see if the raids are going to continue in this region. Because it's probably like, once you've raided 2 towers, that's when they maybe start to have a defense. But no, it looks like these must have been friendly or something, because they're not raiding the rest of them, which is weird. Okay.
Or they could have gotten run
Vortex,
off, you know?
but that's not for a while. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the 2 castles. Man, that was a crazy fight, though. But people were saying Nori and Pobber are allies. I mean, didn't really look that way unless it was an organized fight, which isn't ridiculous. That might explain why they just called GG and everyone stopped.
Yeah, that's generally what happens in an organized fight.
And it was even numbers, which does make it kind of feel a bit more pre-organized, I suppose.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm just looking at the patch 6 update here and taking a look at what we have in that.
And they posted the official now, have they?
Yeah. We have the notes. It's very small. It's a few spell fixes, some balance changes, some changes to the world map and how like stuff is displayed. But in that, there's some quality of life. Like you can now click on player, guild, and alliance names and click on those in most UIs to bring up the details menu on them. So
nice, you know how sometimes they're clickable, sometimes they're not.
They're not. And it's very frustrating for us when we're trying to like look through alliances and guilds and get that information. You have to go through very specific places, and it meant that a lot of time we were going to the list of people for the season rankings, then typing in the guild, then trying to find the information from there, because that was one of the more consistent ways to do it. Now I'm hoping that we can just say, I don't know, click on their tower, click on the guild, and there it is. That'd be amazing.
If only. We can dream. That'd be lovely.
Well, we're going to find out. I'm going to go take a look at this on the test server as soon as it is up. We do have the patch notes now. It doesn't necessarily mean it's on the test server yet, but oh no, this is test server patch notes from 60 minutes ago, so it is up. Yeah. Awesome. We will go check that out and find out how that works.
Some balance changes as well. Nerf in multi-shot. Finally.
Yeah.
But no actual direct nerf to the Badon.
Quite a few changes for balance. A lot to the battle mounts.
But that's actually wild that the Badon doesn't get a direct nerf there. Just saying.
Give it to the next one. That's what I'm saying. So I think that send a message if you really are concerned. What's your issue with it? Why is it just because it's everywhere? Why do you?
It's just like it's the go-to weapon in so many different types of content right now. Like not just overrepresented, but literally it's like one of the strongest solo bomber weapons. It's one of the strongest like solo ratting weapons for depth. It's one of the strongest like clapper weapons in 2s. You go into, I literally went into an arena earlier. It was a healer, 3 bidons, and a fire. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it just offers a bit too much. I mean, they don't even need to do too much to change it. Like all they need to do to make it reasonable, in my opinion, is just make it not interact with explosive arrows, and then it's probably fine. That plus the multi-shot change.
I see Lucky Ben has demounted. I am hearing overcharges ringing out on his guys. Cluster Q is active 50 seconds. We're in Avalanche Incline. This is where we saw Joker just a moment ago. That is where Q and the rest of, what is it, Pober? Or Pobri? I don't remember what. Yeah, those guys were here just a moment ago. If this is the fight between No-Re and Joker, No-Re has them doubled up.
Yeah, but like you said, Pobri are in the region. I'm really liking. Oh wow, that's a lot of OC ringing out. I'm really liking the kidnap play. One of the luxuries when you get to a ZVZ force this big is you can start to have like little niche things like a kidnapper and specialist things that you can't have that in a 40-man, right? You can't drop an arcane player to do something like that. When you got hundreds of people though, you can afford that a little bit more, and it's kind of fun to see. Joker trying to make a play, but the Uno reverse on that one. And this is No-Re showing why they've got that #1 spot, right? Because #1 is quite often won through diplomacy, but seeing the #1 guild on the battlefield, mincing their enemies into a fine pace, always fun to see.
That's 25 unanswered kills.
Yeah. I mean, they were answered, but unfortunately they were answered with re-gear tickets.
Oh, I was going to say in Say Chat with smiley faces.
Or maybe, maybe smiley faces.
I can't read that. I don't know what he said there. It is just a symbol. I don't understand, unfortunately. Doesn't seem very smiley, honestly.
Didn't seem very smiley, fair enough.
So angry looking symbol.
It probably means hello, friends. Yeah, so because that raid banner was down earlier, the one that got like taken away, even though that got despawned, it didn't reset the shields now, so these guys can get straight into the whacking. This is absolutely not tier 6 guards, and I don't think they even defend shows, and I mean, yeah, they're just going to leave again. That was a lot of OC for All Rise. I'm glad they got some kills there, otherwise they'd be kind of mad. But look at these blobs at the side. More All Rise have come in, and is that even more? Okay, and then some Joker are exiting. A Pobri is zoning in, but this is where you said it, like when it's 2 different alliances trying to work together, the cluster queue doesn't actually help them that much, does it? In your opinion?
Nah. And it's going to be a quick smash here, Lupac. I think they're just going to zoom right in and...
Yeah, it's going to be a very quick mage grind into a launch. I mean, if you're double OC and you're 8-2, you're definitely launching this, right? You're not doing that for a raid. Yeah, here we go. They're probably going to raid it as well. So raid's coming up now. There's the energy pop. I don't know how much was in there, but now it's going to be a lot less than it was. And then the launch as well. So we'll get hopefully some content tomorrow on it again. So we have multiple attacks declared for tomorrow, looking like a promising session for the 1400 invasion. That being said, it's going to be difficult unless they get hit early and start queuing the zone. Wait, who's this running through them? Wait, what? Is that Pobri? I don't know.
I couldn't tell. They're red names and they move just a little fast on white, and it's
Pobri just ran
read.
through them and everyone's just kind of chilling. Dude, I would say though, next stop is probably Gold Castle now.
Yeah.
Bit of a run. All purple.
Can anybody read those names when they're red on white and moving?
Oh man, I thought my eyesight was getting worse, right? But I'm pretty sure, yeah, that it's
like that was like I can see it on green. Like I can see Heaven Knight over there. They're moving, can read it, just fine. What we just saw, those guys running through, I could not have told you anything about what their name said.
Okay, right now the Stellar Alliance have 14% disarray in Glacier Full Pass. Battle mounts are going live. This is the current second place guild, by the way. Some juicy gear on them. The only thing I would say is if one of these big forces turns up, they just have to leave, right? If they scout that the big guys are turning up, they're probably just hoping to get this for free or against some small people. We'll see if... the Asia guilds love silver, right? So surely they're going to be running over for a legendary castle in the inner ring. I'll go check the other one as well. A little purple. And I'll tell you if there's any fights there. But it's Stellar Alliance in the legendary one and nobody currently in the purple one. That's crazy. I would have thought whoever was raiding in the east in Wetgrave and Swift Sands would surely have thought, hey, let's run 3 zones for a purple castle, right?
I would have.
Meerkat Assemble are the current owners of it. I believe they have flipped it as well, so they might be out looking at other castles. QXIN is the POV defensive on Stellar Alliance in the castle if anything shows up. It's currently 51-50, but that is... Okay, they're up to 21 now. Okay, Stellar actually have a bit more joining the zone. So I'd say they're going to try a fight. Potentially.
Well,
I don't think this is as... I don't think it's as, what do you call it? I don't think it's as clear-cut as I maybe thought.
No, it's never... Lupac, it's never as clear-cut as it could be. Okay, all right. These guys are taking off their gear in Nori.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just heard all the OC breaks. Yeah. It's sad.
They double OC, they could have run to that castle. Crazy.
Hey, I'm with you on that, Lupac. I'm with you on that. But I got Hugh Kwok going after the rare one. I don't see anybody inside. I see a force outside at the gate. I think that's the one that just got run off. Yeah, that is Marhalika, who we saw get into a quick fight with them earlier and get absolutely trounced.
Okay.
We didn't see it. We saw the corpses after they ran in, right? So that was the group that was attacking the Joker territory, and we watched them absolutely run through Marhalika very quickly. Like, we saw maybe just a couple of corpses. We couldn't even tell that they were there to fight lag. They died so fast. Now it looks like lag is, well, we got there a little late. I don't know what happened. They were in the middle of a fight with somebody else. Right now I see a level 23 from Marhalika. That's not going to do it. They're going to need a bit more if they're going to take on Griffin Empire at the moment.
Need a bit more in the tank, boys.
Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's still level 35 for Griffin Empire. That's a lot lower than it was. They were at a 45 earlier. But it looks like it went from a combined force of Griffin Empire and... Shoot, I can't remember who it was alongside them, but now it's just Griffin Empire.
Okay, let's have a look then. Lucky Ben's resetting and coming back out, by the way. Okay, Lucky Ben's coming out.
That's really?
Yep, they were cycling OC, I think, in case they got into a long fight, right? They don't want to have to pull off of a castle because the red OCs break in mid-fight. Stellar up to 26 now. And you said someone's flipping the Skylake Castle.
Razor Rock Passage.
Oh, so there's Skylake and Razor Rock then. Skylake currently has nobody in it, which is good. So that's a free one if anyone feels like it.
I think this one is going to be a free one as well, as I'm watching Hugh ride solo over to the blob that is Marhalika. I'm going to watch what happens over here, see if we see a conversation or if they just leave.
37, yeah. 23, yeah. You don't want to fight that outnumbered into the defense as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
okay. So he's just come over here solo scouted. Very strange. The shot caller is riding all the way across the map to check the numbers, which is apparently what he just did. You have people you can tell to do that. You can trust
people
them.
keep memeing that it's just one giant alliance and everything's arranged though on this server. So I'm like,
well, not an unfair statement. Depending on what season you're talking about. We've gone through some very, very rough seasons here on Albion Asia, but we have seen how do we say this? Like the peony flower empire has dissolved, as far as I can tell. Like the overarching hand-holding coalition. It's making some openings. People are moving into different positions.
Gaps. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, from what we've seen so far, it seems to be more of a changing of the style, right? And so we're starting to see people split off in other directions and not be such large groups, still bringing massive numbers to fights, as we saw today, but not necessarily, extending that between multiple alliances like we saw today. So I want to see if this continues through the rest of the season. We still have a couple of weeks to go until we're at the midpoint, but I'm optimistic that we're going to get more content out of this season as it goes on. I think people are still in the finding out phase, right? Like they're just trying to figure out what's going on, trying to find out what they want to do. And there's less content than I think there will be at the end of the season.
Okay. Man, okay, I'm waiting to sort of turn up for this legendary because I'm pretty sure that looked like where Lucky Ben was headed. I don't know if they're gonna want to start another raid on a territory this late. They're in Black Monastery right now. Yeah, they are making a beeline this way. It looks like they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones away. So there's gonna be some decisions to be made here if you're Stellar Alliance chosen, right?
Yeah.
By the time they get here, it's going to be about 10 minutes to the hour. So they're going to think, right, they're probably not ever going to come out this fight as the victors unless they land. Oh, they're up to 30% now. So maybe they are. I don't know. But they're not going to want to fight into a 46, like straight up. They do have the defensive position. And there's a very good chance with this scale of fight that they can there's actually a very good chance that they can hold long enough to get the loot, right?
Yeah, they could. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a very good chance, but it's possible. Like,
no, I'd say when it's this size of fight, you can't just like run in straight away.
What do they have for defense?
No read kind of randomly. These guys got level 30 now. They're gaining more
so
every
a 30
second.
Versus a 46.
Yeah. But 30 is enough that you're not just going to blindly go in.
But with 46, you can hit 2 sides at once and then go through Suicide Alley and smash over the top while you still have them in the front choke. And I think that there's enough there to absorb anything that 30 can throw.
Have a quick look at that guy, Bogle, if you can. If you notice anything peculiar about this gentleman. Haven't seen this since the 1.7. No. Yeah, his name is DDDD. I thought he said Beetle. Sorry. Yeah, have a look at this guy. Yeah. Have a look at him.
I'm coming over.
Lad, absolute lad.
1830.
No, that's not what I spotted though. Wait till you see it.
I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing it?
No, I don't play with cosmetics on.
The Rage Claw that he's riding?
Oh yeah, I do see that. Yeah, okay. I wasn't looking at that.
To be fair, that costs less than his weapon, so it's not.
But it's just so I'm.
It's just 8 mil of unnecessary value. It's just a really expensive Swift Claw, right?
I guess, yeah. But that's the thing is, I see people do this every day. They flex their mounts every day.
Doesn't mean they should do it though, shows them, right?
No, he probably shouldn't. But he is riding 40 million set.
He's loving life now.
It's 20% on a 40 million set, right?
That's not 40 mil, is it? That's 40 mil with his thing. I don't know.
That's 20
I
mil
don't
of
know.
his 40 million. It's 20% of his 40 million set.
Yeah, all right. I mean, it's still money. So, some people got too much money. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Lupac, I mean, this is coming from you, who on the Americas server does
All
what
right,
with their?
all right.
Okay, come on.
Do you know what we did today? I went lethal Hellgates on Americas in A3.
How long did you last?
I didn't die. I didn't die.
Oh,
So it was kind of like an off timer there. We're planning on getting up early one day to have some fun there though, and encourage people to come and try and claim it. We're gonna have a full A3 team. It's gonna be quite an experienced Hellgate team, right? So it's not gonna be like free loot, but hopefully it'll be juicy enough that people want to come and take it.
I'm just checking out what's going on in chat right now as we wait for some content to appear. Might want to look at that patch one more time here, Lupac, because there's a lot of changes here. And you said you were hoping to see like some changes for Bo. Didn't get what you wanted there.
Change to the multi-shot. I'm all aboard for that, but I was just surprised, to be honest, that was the extent of it. I thought there would be a direct nerf to the Badon. Drownfield Fen has got a few in it. I'm trying to just track where the no re guys are, by the way. I have some of them. I don't know where they are. Wait, did they go somewhere else?
Ooh.
Nah, there's no way. There's no way. Have they got into a hideout? What's going on?
Big change here to the still gaze staff, Lupac. You know, the shapeshifter staff that you turn into your Cobra. So a lot of people have found that to be less than ideal in most situations. Like it should be used in ZVZ. You don't see it that much. They're changing some of the stats on it. The enemy damage reduction has gone from 80% to 70%, which means you can do more damage to them. And it added a 70% healing reduction. So no longer does that frozen guy get all those heals. So this is an interesting change. We'll see if this is enough. I still think it might need. I don't know. I'm not a ZVZ player on the daily. I just don't see it very often. You play in the ZVZs. What do you think about the still gaze staff?
People have been experimenting with it in a lot of different content. It ended up kind of like a worse GA at one point. So I'll leave it to the more experienced ZVZ organizers to decide how good that's going to be. You know, I it's not really like my place to be like, oh, it's going to do X, Y, Z. But anything that shakes it up is always good. Anything new coming into the meta is always fun, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see it.
Okay. I'm hoping that it gets something. It needs to be changed up a little bit. It's just not where it should be, to be honest. I think it needs a little bit more.
I agree.
And
especially considering it's the crystal weapon, right?
Right. It's the crystal shapeshifter, and the shapeshifters were all overtuned. And it seems like it's just having a hard time getting its spot. Like, I don't want to say it's necessarily undertuned, because I don't even know if it's in its spot where it's supposed to be yet. Like, it's not necessarily being used the way it's supposed to use. People still got to work with it. As you said, people are experimenting with it. It seems kind of clunky to me in the way that it functions. So I don't know. I do want to see people work with it. I do want to see it get more time. But I do think that we're going to see it get another couple of tweaks to make it ZVZ worthwhile.
Yeah, they want it to work, but they also they don't want to introduce something and it just be an absolute powerhouse that is immediately necessary for you to play, right?
Why immediately make something you have to nerf again, right? Yeah, nobody wants to do that. So there's been a bit of a problem with battle mounts, and you've known this. Actually, hold on. Yeah. As we're talking about that,
huge.
There's a blob coming in. That's Baba. We haven't seen Baba here today.
All right, I should go back invisible and stop dancing for tips in the castle then. Those boys started throwing silver, so I was like, I might as well manipulate the situation a little bit. The Barber guys off of Alibaba are level 35. Stellar Boys level 30 with defense. So should be an absolute banger. This could be a wild ride, Chosen.
Do we have an actual tank for Stellar Alliance?
Yeah, we did discuss. I had to step away for 5 minutes shortly. But I'd say this will probably still be good when I get back, Chosen. So don't worry, I will rejoin the cast as soon as I can.
Did you get a tank for these guys?
I gave you the one from inside earlier. I don't think was it not QXIN.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I got him. It's what is it? Sheen. I'm gonna go with that.
Quinn.
I'm
gonna call him. Oh wait, no, don't be leaving, bro. There's no, bro. Really? You're leaving over 5%. There's no way.
Yeah, they did.
Chosen, there's no way.
They did. They're riding.
6%.
They're riding away. They're riding out the West, Lupac. The Stellar Alliance right here.
This is not very stellar, XDD.
Lupac, how dare you?
I mean, it's not though, is it?
Why run?
Defensive position, 5%. Like, why do you form up 30% of your alliance to just leave? That is not good morale either.
Hold on, are they ranked?
They're ranked 2.
Yeah,
they need that
ranked
castle,
2,
bro.
and
they want that castle, man. That's huge point.
Wait,
there's no way they couldn't hold it for 8 minutes either. Oh, okay, maybe they got intel that Mahalika was coming as well. Mahalika is actually trying to catch them, by the way. If we look at Quinn now, but there's a rest here, so it's like they can't do crap.
No, they're not.
Mahalika
came from another direction.
If Mahalika gets themselves in combat here, they're gonna have some trouble. Wait, no, Quinn, they've already disbanded their group. Wait, what?
Yeah, Quinn doesn't even have a group.
Oh my god. That's shameful behavior, shows, and I don't like to be the one calling that out, but that's shameful.
Well, I mean, Lupac, hey, at least, this way,
Well, I was going to rush back, and one guy that was AFK and didn't leave, by the way, died on the Lord room. Luckily, it wasn't the guy with the Rage Claw, but still. My boy
Yeah,
He's back in the rest already,
I don't know what Kushin is doing here. Like,
My guy brought his Rage Claw out and everything. Okay, they're changing gear. Okay, they're down gearing and coming back.
Stellar?
Yeah, DDDL is like he's changed his set, put away the Rage Claw, and he's going back out.
All right, they have
what's going on.
They have no group.
That guy doesn't, but some of them do.
Oh, so,
and now they're chasing they're coming out to chase Mahalika
is
away.
changing into a battle mount here. So that's probably why he doesn't have a group, because he's part of the battle mount group here. But that does not help us find our tank, as Deal here.
Yeah, DDDL is going to try and clap them, though. He's about to try and clap them, bro. This could be quite funny.
Oh, he changed gear. Okay, he's no longer in Fire Staff. All right.
No, he's on the battle bracers. But I'm going to go and have to battle the school pickup shortly.
Okay.
And if this is still going when I get back, then I will jump back on the cast. If it's not still going when I get back, I will... Oh, yeah, they're already seeing. This is kicking off, shows then. Could have just defended a castle, but what do I know about Albion Online, apparently?
I think Bogle, we might want to switch to Mugi Taru on the other side.
Yeah, I'd say the shot caller.
Traditional POV.
Traditional POE. Good idea.
Yeah, Mugi is on the field, Bogle. We can head over to Lag and Mahalika, watch from their perspective.
Stellar are putting the zoo inside them though right now. They're going for the old zoo over the top play. Get some disruption going. Interrupt any mounting up, and then look for the clap. They go for a clap inside and grab 2. Very nice and quick from Mugi and the boys. Louis B goes down. I recognize that name. Not Lube, different guy, but you recognize this guy as well.
Big push here. Gonna have a nice catch on their western flank. These guys who did go deep use their defensive, save themselves. They're not going to have those for the next engagement. Bit of kiting here by Mugi Taru and the Lag Alliance, trying to keep these guys just off pace. Nice turnaround catch here. What are they going to get? Doesn't look like too much, just the one. Also, a little bit of red on red action in the backside of this fight here. It looks like Stellar Alliance is turning because of that action to their backside, Bogle. I don't know what we have over there, but it looks like Lag is going to take advantage of this, catch anybody they can. Stellar Alliance still moving very quickly off to the west. Not seeing any skulls in that direction, so I don't know if that other side is fully engaged or if this is just a split. And Bogle, I think it's just a split. Baba showed up on the back side of this fight, and even though they're not engaging, it did force Lag and Baba both to run off in separate directions. Heading over to Moogie, gonna check out him. We'll go over to check out Deedle. Deedle and Stellar Alliance just hanging out, but I think this one might be over, Bogle.
Yeah, it might as well be. I don't see anything else at this point. We have 3 minutes, but unless there's any other castle action,
I'm going to keep going around through those two castles and see if we can't find some, but I think this might be it. We head out, but we will be back here at 18 UTC, Bogle. We have more action over on Albion Europe. We've had really good action all over there for several seasons in a row. I don't expect today to be any different. Very much looking forward to what happens over there, and I'm also excited to see what happens here over the course of the next season, because I feel like we're really in a strange spot, Bogle. I think things are mixing up a bit.
in what way? In terms of consolidation?
So we have that power vacuum at the top, right? So you have this situation where the winners from, or the group that declared the winners for the last 4 seasons is gone. And there's a vacuum in that area. Like, who's going to do what? Who's going to take over that space? Who's going to start pushing up? And we're starting to see different groups go in. Like, we have this Stellar Alliance group. Have you ever seen them before this season, Bogle?
No. Are they new?
They're in second place, Bogle.
I mean...
So we have 2 groups in the top 3, Stellar Alliance and Pure Gold, that are relatively new, that we have not seen before in the top. We have All Rise, that we're very familiar and currently in first place. They are were expected to be able to fill that void, really. We expected them to come in and do very well. And you have Stellar Alliance, just 100,000 below. No alliance to their name. I don't know what their hand-holding situation is, but they brought big numbers today, and they ran. And they didn't look really great in a fight. Then you got Pure Gold, who we've been seeing more and more often, who seem to take every fight they get a chance to, even though they're not necessarily winning the fights, but they're in third place by 50,000 points. Almost 100K away from second, but they're fighting. Then we've got Western Paradise, who we know. We've seen them for several seasons in a row. They're in fourth. Papaya Pak Pak, who we've seen in the past, and Plaque, who we're familiar with. Then Forever Night, haven't seen much of them, but they are not like unheard of. Then you have Meerkats Assemble and a couple others that we are familiar with round out the top 10. But in the top 3, having 2 groups that we're unaware of, like that we're not really familiar with, shows just what a huge vacuum of power there is at the top, which there's just so much space for people at the top to move into if these 2 groups that nobody knows have been able to move in.
I mean, I just checked the guild age on both of these. All Rise has 890 days, and Stellar Alliance has 400, almost 500 days. So these guys...
500 days for Stellar Alliance?
Yeah. These guys have been around the block.
Never heard of them.
Yeah. I mean, maybe now it's their time to push after getting established for a while.
I think that's even more impressive, because this isn't like some hype guild, right, that formed up out of the ashes of one of these other groups. This is an existing group that saw the opportunity to push and then pushed. That's really cool, because I am not familiar with these guys. I'll say that much. And I've been watching Albion Asia since the very beginning. So they've definitely moved up in the ranks over the seasons. I'm sure we'll take a look at their history later in the season, see where they've been. But we are at the top of the hour, and we're going to head out for a few, and we will be back at 18 UTC with an Albion Europe War Report. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.
Bye.